So today we're going to look at finding the volume of a frustum. First of all, a frustum is this lower piece of this cone. So you can see it started off as a cone, but it's had the top chopped off. And what's left over is called your frustum. So our end game is trying to work out the volume of that. So to begin with, we need to work out the volume of the entire cone. So we're going to pretend that it's all pieced together and we're going to work out the volume of this cone. The formula is always given to you in your exam, and it's this formula over here. So volume of the big cone is equal to 1/3 times by pi times our radius. We know our radius is exactly half the diameter. It goes from the midpoint of your circle all the way to the one edge, and that's 15. So times 15 squared times by your height. So it goes up to 40. So now if we type that in our calculator, we get 9,424.777 centimetres cubed. So our next step, we have to work out what the volume of this top cone is. Just like before, we're going to need our height, which is given to you. We're going to need our radius. You'll notice we don't have a radius yet. However, there is a hint in our question which helps us work out our radius. And it tells you the frustum is made by removing the small cone from a similar large cone. And the word similar is your key point there. Because it's a similar shape, we know that it's been increased by a scale factor. So we need to work out how we've gone from your small cone to your large cone. So we know it had an original height of 20. This has then been multiplied by a scale factor of 2 to get your new height of 40, because 20 times 2 is 40. And in order to reverse that process, our scale factor, we must be dividing by a scale factor of 2. So to go from our large cone to our small cone, we divide by 2. So here, in our large cone, is 30. So if we divide that by a scale factor of 2, that tells us our new diameter is 15 centimetres. Therefore our radius is exactly half of that, and it's 7.5 centimetres. So now if we look at the volume of the small cone, it's going to be 1/3 times pi times by 7.5 squared times your height of 20. Now if we type this into our calculator, we get 1,178.097. Finally, to get the volume of the frustum, it must be the volume of the large cone subtract the volume of the small cone. So we've got 9,424.777 subtract 1,178.097. The reason I've done it to 3 decimal places there is because I've already seen the answer is asked for 3 significant figures. So we're going to do it to 3 decimal places so that we can accurately round to 3 significant figures without getting any rounding error. This equals to 8,246.68 centimetres cubed. So to 3 significant figures, it would be 8,250 centimetres cubed, and that's our final answer. So pause the video now if you'd like to have a go at this question too before I go through it. Okay, so just like before, we've got our formula, it's been given to us. We need to work out the volume of our large cone first. This is equal to 1/3 times pi times our radius squared times our height. Just be careful to use your radius and not your diameter. So this is equal to 5,605.486 centimetres cubed. So now we need to work out the volume of the small cone. Again, we don't know what the diameter of this small cone is yet, and we've got to be able to use what we've been told in the question. So we know that the large cone is 15 centimetres and the small cone must have a height of 5 centimetres because it tells you the frustum height is 10. So if we do 15, subtract 10, we get 5. So now, if we're looking at how we go from our small cone to our large cone, we have multiplied it by a scale factor of 3. So to go from 5 to 15, we have timesed it by a scale factor of 3. And to reverse this process, we need to divide by that scale factor of 3, because 5 times 3 is 15, 15 divided by 3 is 5. So now we've done that, we can work out what our diameter is. So to go from our large to our small, we divide, so 12 divided by 3 is 4, therefore our radius must be half of that of 2 centimetres. So this time it will be 1/3 times pi times 2 squared times by our height of 5, and that's equal to 20.943 centimetres cubed. If we now subtract these answers from each other, we will get our volume of the frustum is equal to 544.543 centimetres cubed, and to 3 significant figures, that would be 545 centimetres cubed.